I recently purchased the game NASCAR Rivals for Nintendo Switch, which was the game for NASCAR for the 2022 season. I didn't purchase it then because I was just like I have Heat 5, Ignition was bad. This might or might not be good. I don't know. But I purchased it now because I wanted to not play Heat 5. I wanted to play at some of the new tracks like Atlanta, Bristol Dirt, things like that. And with that, I was able to do that, and I think the game is decent. You have the new Atlanta, you have Bristol Dirt, you have racetracks in there. It only includes the NASCAR Cup Series, which is unfortunate because the NASCAR Cup Series is the pinnacle of motor racing, and you want to be able to actually work your way up to it. And unfortunately, based on this, you can't. And with not being able to work your way up to the Cup Series, it means that you just sort of start in the Cup Series in career mode. And by starting in the Cup Series, you start on a mid-pack team like Aspire. Unfortunately, I played on Rookie to see how that would go. Unfortunately, on Rookie, what happens is your mid-pack team causes you to win like 27 races. I ended up winning the championship, winning at Phoenix, because you have to, because it's basically how it works in every NASCAR game with the playoffs now. Unfortunately, there are some issues with the game. The game, unfortunately, does crash frequently. I think after every fifth or sixth race, I had a crash, and that was unfortunate with the crash. And I don't mean like a crash in terms of just the game, in terms of me crashing in game. I mean the game crashed and I had to restart it. This was unfortunate. It's a game that I think would be decent if it had worked more. I did not play on any of the online services or anything of that nature because I don't usually play online racing games because I'm not great at them when I have to not have the assists that I'm used to, especially with career mode being my main mode of playing, just because I like having to keep track of my statistics and stuff like that. By going into career mode, having my laps led, my laps run, all that stuff. Obviously, I could make a spreadsheet of it, but it's way easier for the game to keep track of it for you. Overall, I'd give this game a 3 out of 5, with one of those points coming because it was the only NASCAR game in 2022 through 2024, meaning that there was no new NASCAR game that we could have played. So overall, I say it was a decent game that could have gotten a lot more mileage out of it. A lot more mileage out of it if the developers had been able to develop more games and had chosen to actual use the actual NASCAR ecosystem, which is why I'm incredibly happy that NASCAR the Game 25 from iRacing is going to have ARCA trucks, uh, Grand National, and Cup. And with that, I just want to say thank you to Monster Games for being the provider of the NASCAR video game for a while. Unfortunately, you were not able to provide us what we needed, and NASCAR chose to go a different way, and I think that was ultimately the best decision.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch today's video, whether it was about the Mariners, sports predictions, or anything else that I have made videos about. I want to give you information about other channels where you can reach me. I'm on Patreon at Sammy5436 for $1 a month. Right now on Patreon, all that really gets you is access to Mariners recaps 12 or so hours before they are available on YouTube and TikTok. I'm also available on Instagram at Sammy54362 and at SamanthaP54361. That second one is a business account. I can be found on Cameo at Sammy5436. That is an account that I think you should definitely follow because right now cameos are $7 and they will be there for the foreseeable future because I right now understand that the economy is in a bit of a downturn. So if you want to support, I do appreciate that. You can also find me on TikTok at Sammy5436. I do also have 3 other YouTube channels that are linked to this channel. All of this information can be found linked in the video descriptions of every one of my videos for the most part, other than shorts. And for business inquiries, you can email me at samanthapond54361 at outlook.com. I do want to advise you that for business inquiries, they do need to be professional, and as they come through to me, I will respond to them as I see fit. Anything that you have that is business related sent to that email will be reviewed and looked at by me. I generally take a look at my emails twice a week from that email account, though there are times where it is more frequent and times where it is less frequent. I also have premium content on a battle pass that's $4.99 a month. No, $5.99 a month, and you can find that you know where with the username Sammy5436. I'm also planning on potentially doing some live streaming at Sammy5436 on YouTube, on Twitch, on some other live streaming platforms, because I think that would be a great way for me to grow. Thank you for tuning in.